Before we even jump into the review of this, I want to start off by talking about the cover page. Now, I normally don't talk about the cover pages because I mainly skip over them because I have high hopes that the anime will one day take all of these cover pages and make full-on episodes and, possible arcs on these cover pages. But when I saw that cover page of X Drake dragging Caribou away, and I think before that one he went into like his dinosaur form or whatever, that shit was fucking epic. Please, can the anime make these cover pages a full-on story or something? Like, we're getting close together. Please make these an actual full-on length story, because right now it's like he's using very important stuff. It's like, oh shit, we've been wanting to see what X Drake is up to, and we're getting it in cover pages. So please make that a story. I'm just saying, because that should look epic. Doflamingo is a fucking mastermind. What this dude pulled off, he did it in pure brilliance. Pure brilliance. He built up a name for himself. He built up that he is this pirate nobody wants to mess with. He took money from the celestial dragons. He made it so that the government had to make him a Shichibukai because they were scared, and they were just like, yo, we don't know what to do with him. Let's try to at least be friendly with him. And then he kept on going. The only thing about this chapter that I wish was that we got to see Monet when she came in there and started working in the palace, little by little, Doflamingo infiltrating. That's the only thing, because other than that, this chapter was pure brilliance. The emotion in it was raw, and it makes me say, the anime, please do this justice. Like, this whole chapter, including the cover page, just had me thinking, like, the anime can make this shit, like, tear-worthy, where you're gonna cry or some shit, because Doflamingo was a mastermind, manipulating, crazy genius. I'm really curious to see if that Nutcracker guy is actually King Riku's son, or what's up with that, because it's like, he didn't even want to, I don't know if it's just that it's because he's a toy, he didn't want to respond to Usopp's question, or what it was, but that really got me curious there. Rebecca going in the battlefield is like, more and more I see Rebecca, the more and more I hear about Rebecca and her backstory and her family and everything, the more and more I want her on the Straw Hat crew. I think she'd fit in perfectly, and yeah, like, just seeing her in there, everybody's booing her, and she's still trying to fight for her life, everybody's coming after her. Please, can Rebecca get on the Straw Hat team? She fits in perfectly. Doflamingo didn't for a second, even for a second, think about selling back that kingdom. That was all within his plan, have everybody giving the money and everything. And I like how King Riku didn't trust him completely, and King Riku was trying to be a step ahead of him. In case shit goes south, I got this dynamite, I'm gonna suicide bomb each other. So it was like, King Riku thought he was a step ahead of him, but then Doflamingo was even a step ahead of King Riku. It was like a game of chess, and unfortunately King Riku came out the loser in the end, because Doflamingo just decided, I'm gonna puppeteer this, and had him running through the town slaughtering people while they were giving him the money. It was just pure brilliance. Pure brilliance. The fact that Doflamingo came back and he said, I came back to take what's rightfully mine, it really makes me a little bit, like, question further what's up with the whole island, because for 800 years it had no war, and Doflamingo came back. Why wasn't it that Doflamingo was handed down the island to begin with? You know, if it's him, he said it's rightfully his. It makes me wonder, did he have a bad relationship with his family? Was he, it makes me question a lot of things as well. And it also makes me wonder, when Monet was sent there, was it just so that she could do her due diligence and find out everything about the kingdom, how much money they got, strategize a plan? So, like, Doflamingo was just, everything was very strategic. I think that's, once again, like I mentioned in my previous review, where Crocodile didn't do enough due diligence, and while he tried to come up with his plan, Doflamingo executed everything with precise precision. Everything that he did was just brilliant, and he even planned on coming in and being the hero after he ruined and muddied King Riku's name. Like, this whole chapter, if anything, it just made me think Doflamingo is a fucking mastermind god when it comes to planning and strategizing, because everything in this chapter, and it's funny because it was only one chapter and we still got all this information from a flashback, all this information in one chapter of how he did everything strategically, and it's just such good shit right there. I'm curious, though, if the town didn't already know about Doflamingo, though, because if he's already at this point wanted at a certain level where the government is like, we don't know what to do with him, and they made him a Shichibukai, wouldn't the town be like, well, he's a pirate, why is he suddenly coming in to be the hero? But I guess at this point, all their faith and trust has been thrown out the window by King Riku, because first he has them all giving money away, and then he comes through slaughtering them. So I guess they were really bamboozled. But if I was a townsman, I would have been thinking a little second thought of like, yo, he's a Shichibukai. That means he's a famous pirate. Maybe it's something suspicious how he comes in the nick of time to be a hero. Just saying. But overall, very brilliant flashback. Makes Doflamingo look like a true mastermind. And it gives further explanation about everything pretty much of how things went. And how he tricked the kingdom into giving it back to him. I wish we would get a little bit more as to why Doflamingo didn't inherit it. If it was to begin with the Doflamingo, the Don Quixote families. So that's something that I question as well. Also would have loved to see a little bit of Monet slicking in there. Doing little shady shit. That would have been interesting as well. But nonetheless, freaking brilliant chapter. Definitely going to give this one 9.5 out of 10. It was really I felt like it had a lot of content, but also it felt very quick. It was really a weird feeling because it was like such good stuff, but it went by really quick, and it was just really truly giving you what it is, the flashback of how everything went, and it was just overall great. But let me know what you think, guys. First of all, this whole ex-Drake thing, do you think that this should be made into a full-on episode, a couple episodes with this whole ex-Drake thing? Also, Doflamingo, why didn't he inherit the kingdom when, whoever else was before him? Why was it that he was kind of branched off from the family? Also makes you question that as well. Let me know what you guys think, and your overall thoughts of this chapter. I think it was brilliant. The emotion was high. Everything about it, giving the flashback, it was just really awesome. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Doflamingo because, my God, he's an evil son of a bitch, but he's fucking brilliant, and I always can respect genius. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.